Hey guys, welcome to MMA Flicks and Chill. It's been a minute, and I want you to tell me in the comments if you're buying this narrative that Chael is spinning on the whole Raja Jackson Psycho Stew debacle. Let me know if you're buying this crap.
Raja Jackson, Rampage's son. Now, let me just start out with a disclosure to you all that I know this young man, and I like him a lot. I don't just know him to be level-headed and calm. I know him to be quite polite.
Motherfuckers playing with me, bro. Real shit. One of them's a bitch and fucking bit me. I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me and shit. Think I'm always playing and shit. Call me bitch and shit. Not no fucking bitch, bro. At the end of the day, I'ma stand up for my fucking self because I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me, bro. Real shit.
So we know this isn't going to be a non-biased opinion. The weirdest part of this video is you're about to see Chael Sonnen look in the camera and talk to Stu. Not you, not me. This is a video for Stu. And anybody that knows Chael Sonnen knows that he is a voice of Big Brother, if you will. You know? He's a voice of Big Brother. If the UFC has a message or a narrative they want to spin, they get old Chael on it. He just said he's friends or likes Rampage Jackson's son, Raja Jackson. In this video, you're going to see something disgusting. Something I've never seen somebody do so blatantly before. It's almost a threat. Not quite a threat. But it's a message. And it's a message to Stu. Let's get into it.
I want to preface that because I don't think that will interfere with my ability to tell you what happened here, but this is a wildly complicated situation.
Not complicated. That's lawyer talk. You know what I mean? That's lawyer talk. If a lawyer's job is to complicate the matters and have a bunch of what have yous in there, well, you don't understand the nuance of the whole situation. It's actually like this and this and this. Where's the accountability? I'll let you hear it. I will be stopping this throughout the video to kind of point out things that you may not have noticed. It's pretty blatant. Most of you are smart and will notice what's going on here. And it's weird.
So let's start with what you saw. You saw Raja get in the ring as part of a wrestling angle that was scripted and planned. You see Raja come in with his wits about him, waits for the right moment, picks up a double leg, just as it was planned.
That was not planned.
And he's doing this with Psycho Stu, and Psycho Stu is letting it play perfectly. Raja then turns him around so that when he brings him down, it's right in the center.
Let me reiterate. Part of this could have been planned, and likely part of this was planned, but nobody planned on Raja going in there and attempting murder. Nobody planned on that. Now, what we're about to hear is Chael, the salesman, sugarcoat this to protect his buddy Rampage's son. I don't know. I have a lot of close friends that I've been friends with for over 30 years. And if their son did something like this, I would not get on public platforms and sugarcoat and justify attempted murder in this way. This is so weird. And it just shows the lack of ethical character Chael has. And I hate saying that about him, but he's proving it. But I'll let you be the judge.
The ring, which appears to be very clearly what they agreed and had planned to do.
Then you should have hit me with a fucking beer can. I'm tired of everybody thinking I'm soft and weak and shit.
Now, the landing is not great. When Raja brings Psycho Stu down, it's not great. And Stu lands in a way and he hits the back of his head.
Okay, so most of you have probably seen all the video footage. Raha's he's talking to his chat on Kick, and he's saying, "Hey, I'm gonna really hit this guy. I'm gonna really hurt him." Like, he was premeditating the whole thing. He was like, "Comment if you want me to knock him out." Now, is this what Chael is saying was planned? What?
And he looks as though he perhaps lost a level of consciousness right then. All right. Either way, this is what happened. And either way, Raja Jackson, from my vantage point, is working out the spot the way it was planned. Raja then...
He never intended, if it was planned, which there is video after Stu popped him with the prop can. By the way, I've been seeing people online saying, "Oh, Stu deserved it. He hit him in the head with the can." It's a prop can. Raha's there to promote a wrestling show. What do you expect? You can't say that he deserved Raha trying to kill him publicly in front of families and children and his own family. His dad was there. Stu's dad was there. Because Stu hit him with a prop can. That's stupid. If you're saying, "Oh, he deserved it," you are stupid. Like, really dumb. Or you just haven't seen all the footage. But before you start commenting stupid stuff and supporting like a crazed maniac animal.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna stand up for my fucking self because I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me, bro. Real shit.
With no sense of empathy, no sense of like boundary, and quite frankly, like to an autistic level, no self-awareness. If this other guy if the other wrestler didn't pull Raja off of Stu when he pounded him 23 times with his fist after he was unconscious, he would have kept going. He was trying to keep going. Even when he was being pulled off, he kept trying to get back to him. He would have killed him if everybody just sat back for a little bit longer. Maybe one or two more punches. Stu was already choking on his blood and his teeth. To justify that Stu deserved that is insanity. So if anybody that's trying to justify that, they either don't know the whole story, or they're insane, or they're just as messed up as Raha. That logic is so low IQ, I don't even know what to say. That is like somebody squirting somebody with a squirt gun, and then the person that got squirt with the squirt gun goes and shoots them with a real gun. And then these low IQ dimwits are going in the comment, "Well, he shouldn't have shot him with the squirt gun. He deserved it." That's so stupid. Do you realize how dumb you sound and how low IQ you sound if you say that? Let's continue. It's like this whole video. Well, when I clicked on Chael, his video trying to justify this, everything he said, I was just like, there's no way he believes this.
Follows up with the right hand. Then he switches and follows up with the left hand. Now, these were hard shots. However,
at a pro wrestling, which is fake, staged, and now he's going to try to justify it. He just said it's hard shots, but it was planned. Come on, get real. How stupid does he think his fan base is? And you know what? Go into his comments. I bet you'll find a bunch of stupid people
Again,
believing this crap.
I'm giving you my perception, but I watched this thing.
Your perception is stupid, Chael, because that's not even your perception. You're a bot person.
20 times before I made this video to you guys.
He said he watched the video 20 times before he made the video, and he's still going to get on here and lie and try to gaslight all of us. Come on.
While they were very stiff shots, not what we would call a working shot, it did not appear that Raja...
He says what we call a working shot. What is Chael now? A pro wrestler? Like, he's just being so disingenuous. And the way he is wording this, you can tell somebody got to him. Somebody is paying Chael. This is my opinion. I don't have any documents to show this. But anybody that can see through the BS will probably agree that Chael was bought here. And he, that's what Chael does. He gets bought to spin a narrative. He's a salesman. That's what salespeople are. They're bought to sell you on something.
It did not appear that these were being done out of anger.
I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me and shit. Think I'm always playing and shit. Call me bitch and shit. Not no fucking bitch, bro. At the end of the day, I'm gonna stand up for my fucking self because I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me, bro. Real shit.
As much as, all right, I'm gonna...
Do you guys believe that? Tell me in the comments right now. Do you guys believe Raja, whatever, was not hitting him out of anger? Chael, did you not see all the footage before you get on YouTube and start yapping your gums? Freaking watch the videos. Stop trying to gaslight everybody. And that's the thing too. People don't view the whole story. They see some headlines. I get them all the time on here. They'll see the headline and then get in there and start commenting before they even watch the video and hear the context. Chael is counting on people being stupid. And he's going to get away with it to a certain extent. And that's why I'm making the video, because I'm hoping there's some intelligent people out there who can see through this stupidity, this gaslighting. This is ridiculous.
I'm going to spin you in a 180. I'm going to bring you down in the middle of the cage. Then just like a cage fight, I'm going to land a punch to either side. Whatever's supposed to happen after that. There was a couple of guys there, a referee, another wrestler, perhaps the boys step in. We'll never know.
We'll never know. Another thing is that referee in there, I see people like, oh, why didn't the referee do anything? Do you people not know that pro wrestling is fake and they're actors? Yes, they are athletic. And yes, sometimes they really get hurt, but they're not planning on hurting each other like this was. And that referee, yes, is an actor. He's not a sanctioned referee. So even Chael knows that. And him not coming clean and being authentic and saying what this really is, not telling us and not telling the people listening to his video, oh, that referee, he's not a sanctioned referee, he's not a real referee, this is pro wrestling, it's fake. Chael is going to try to spin it and rely on your ignorance to sell his story. The referee's an actor, just like the pro wrestlers are. Psycho Stu was acting for a promo when he hit Raja with the can, which wasn't even a hard hit. Even Raja himself said it didn't hurt. It just pissed me off because of his fragile little ego. Anyway, let's get back to the gaslighting. Sorry, this is MMA Flicks and Chill, and I don't feel very chill about this because the gaslighting going on, we can't accept someone going out and attempting murder on somebody at an entertainment show and then getting gaslit to get away with it because he's privileged. We can't stand for that.
Because at this point, it appears that Raja marked out for his own gimmick and really begins laying some shots in, but those shots are done out of anger. And if you want to understand what happened here, you're going to have no ability to get into the eye or mind of the DA or a potential juror. You're going to have no ability to do that if you don't understand emotion versus action, right? The action is supposed to look like he's punching him. The action is supposed to look like he turns him in a 180 and slams him down on the back of his head. So then, where you cross that already blurred line, right, which professional wrestling is already the blurred line, where you cross that is where Jackson actually gets angry. The rest of it, from a physicality and an appearance standpoint, is what you're supposed to do. And sometimes some shots get through. One of the most famous ones that you guys would have seen was Braun Strowman. Brock Lesnar trusted Braun. Braun did a move that was too hard. Brock responded with a real-life punch. That settled Strowman back down. But these are very normal things that happen in the business.
Okay. I didn't make it this far into the video before I was like, okay, I'm making a video. I gotta talk about this one. I hope people see that Chael's gaslighting us. So let's see where he's going with this whole analogy.
We then, as an audience, get armed with what led us to this point. And there's another video that has surfaced where Psycho Stu is in the back. They're like literally outside. It's a nice day. The wrestlers are out there. They're carrying on and whatnot, working out their spots. Raja Jackson is back there. It appears as though this is where Psycho Stu meets him, and Psycho Stu takes a full can of beer and busts it open on.
Why is Raha there, Chael? Why? Why is Raha there? Say why he's there. He's there to promote. He's there to promote this wrestling thing. They got the cameras rolling. What do you think the professional wrestlers are going to do? If you look at the guy in the cowboy hat behind Stu, he's smiling and laughing because the cameras are rolling and he knows that this is promo stuff. This is promotional stuff. Chael is gaslighting everyone, trying to, desperately.
On the side
poorly.
Of Raja's head. The other wrestlers, they don't jump in and pull him apart and break him apart. One of the other wrestlers is informing Stu, hey, this kid, Raja, he's not a worker.
Nobody said that, Chael. Where's the video for that? I watched that video like 10 times. Nobody said that. That conversation never happened.
Meaning he is not a professional wrestler. He is not part of the show. He is not one of us. He's a dude that's back here and you just broke a bottle over his head. So
that never happened. Chael's straight up lying here.
Psycho Stu then, in yet another video, but all preceding the event in the ring, explains to Raja, hey, we're always working. You know, this is always a work, whether we're trying to fool the audience or we're just trying to fool the boys in the back. You know, you and I have got an angle now.
Okay, now that part is true. So he's sprinkling in some truth.
So the rest of the guys tell Raja, who was a little bit confused by this and really didn't like that he had a can busted over his head. It didn't hurt him, but it embarrassed him. And he is...
Mm-hmm. It pissed him. No, it did not embarrass him, Chael. What Raha said is it didn't hurt, but it pissed me off, which defeats your whole theory that he didn't do this out of anger. I'm just going to say it again. Chael is relying on you guys not seeing all the footage and spinning this the way he wants. And you know, like Stu is going to come out of this coma. I think he already has. And I don't know if he's going to watch all this footage. He probably will. But we're about to see I did kind of thumb through the video and I did see him start relaying a message straight to Stu. Now, he didn't come out and say, Stu, if you're listening, but you'll see. You'll see what I'm talking about. But anyway, back to the gaslighting.
A legitimate fighter. Like, he's going to have an ego like anybody and not going to want that to happen. But he didn't really blow up or react. The guys told him, hey, look, get even with him in the ring. Now, that is wildly open to interpretation what that means.
Really? Really? So he is saying that Raha isn't aware of the difference between an act and real attempted murder. Got it.
But it made a level of sense to Raja, who agrees.
It made a level of sense.
I'm not going to do anything to him. And as a matter of fact, this whole can busting thing and the rage that I would have felt from that, or the embarrassment or the anger, is actually long past. But get even in the ring. Now, when that is being said to him, I can just tell you, because that is a very common thing that would be said in that type of environment. It just means go make it look good. If he embarrassed you here, go embarrass him there. If he walked up and punked you in front of the boys, go out there, punk him in front of the crowd. Get even with him. They didn't mean go out there and hurt him or go out there and have a fight with him. These two are cooperating. But one is a worker who fully understands that in Stu. The other is not a professional wrestler that's at an event and knows what he was told by people that he trusts, which is go get even with him, just wait to do it in the ring. Now, a number of people that will come into pro wrestling that don't know pro wrestling, the wrestler will actually tell them, just hit me.
Who doesn't know pro wrestling? We all know that ever since we're kids. You know, the stomping. You stomp while you punch someone so the thud is there and it looks real. Chael, are you saying that Raha is that stupid to where he doesn't know the difference between pro wrestling and MMA? All right, let's get back to the gaslighting.
Big Show did this with Floyd Mayweather. Builds this thing up and it's going to be at WrestleMania, and Floyd had no wrestling practice and Big Show should just let it go. Floyd, hey, I don't really know how to control these shots. Do I do it with an open hand? Do I get close and I stop? Do I stomp my foot down? Like, what do I do? And Big Show's like, you don't do any of those things. You just hit me. I can take the shot. And the only way we're going to sell this and make this look real for the audience is if it is real. And a number of wrestlers have told a number of non-wrestlers this very thing.
So this is where he's trying to spin it.
So,
okay,
but now that you've got all of these pieces, all right, if Raja attempts to take a defense in a court from a legal proceeding, the police have not arrested him.
Which is insane. Think of any other person. Think of you. If you went and did this to somebody, do you think you would be walking around a free person? Do you?
We already know what happened and we've got it on video. And it's gross. And it is an assault. And it is outside of what was agreed upon in pro wrestling. And so many people have made this mistake in sport before, thinking, well, it's up to the referee.
Again, not a real referee. You're gaslighting everyone that watches your video. You know damn well that that's not a referee.
Whatever the referee says, but this is all part of sport. Like there is a piece of human psychology that works like that, but you have a police department that is in possession of this information and has not done an arrest. Why? Well,
it's a good question.
If Stu comes out and says this was all part of the spot,
this is the message to Stu. This is him campaigning for his buddy, Rampage Jackson, and his son. This is where the salesperson, Chael Sonnen, is no longer selling to me and you. He is trying to sell this idea, a message, if you will, to Psycho Stu.
If he just says those words, no matter how much you're reworking reality and history, if he says those words, The police then look like fools. If Stu doesn't say those words and say, hey, this was not scripted, as a matter of fact, he's even given a confession. He's saying that he's doing this for retribution for something else that I did. You have a legal right to defend yourself. That's true. But there's a...
Notice he's saying you. He's not saying Psycho Stu. He's saying you. He's talking to Psycho Stu.
Sustainable difference between defense and vengeance. And one of them is instantaneous and one of them is premeditated. So the police are in possession of a video which is highly against the law unless...
And premeditated because he was talking about it in his chat, Chael. There's plenty of video out. You can't sell an idea when there is evidence out there. You can't sell this fabrication when evidence is out there because people like me are going to call you on it. People like MMA Guru. MMA Guru already kind of beat me to this. I'm going to watch MMA Guru's video right after I record this one. But I saw MMA Guru calling Chael out too.
Stu comes out as a performer and says this was agreed upon. And you have no idea how far Stu would take that. Stu is clearly unconscious. In real life, he's unconscious. But is he going to come out and say that? Or is he going to stick to kayfabe and stick to the character and say, no, the whole script was I let him spin me in one way, I come down, I act like I'm unconscious. All we did is follow the script.
Who's going to buy that, Chael? That's obviously not what happened.
And Stu hasn't spoke yet. If Stu was to come out, it would effectively end his time in professional wrestling.
Okay, so now that's, in my opinion, a little bit of a threat to Stu. If you come out and say this was not rehearsed, this was not agreed upon, this was everything you saw in the video is exactly real, it's going to ruin your career. The vet, Psycho Stu, the vet that said that he came out of the military with PTSD and his way to kind of dip his toe back into being a civilian into our society, he did through wrestling. So you know he has a love for it. He loves it. It's part of his life. And Chael over here, in my opinion, is putting a message to Stu saying, if you go after them legally, it's going to ruin your career as a pro wrestler. In my opinion.
Back in the territory days, there was a number of bookers that would tell the boys, everybody's got a camera now. You got it right on your phone. But it didn't used to be that way back then. And these guys would go out to the taverns, and the promoter and booker would tell them openly, you can go out and you can go to the local bars. If any of you get beat up in a fight at a local bar, you're fired. Like if any of you break the character that you're not real badasses, even to a bar full of 30 or less people, that's 30 or less people that I don't need to know that you're not actual badasses. Go ahead and go out, lose a fight, you're fired.
You know what? I have never heard that in my entire life. I've paid attention to combat sports. I've managed MMA fighters. I've never heard of that ever. This is not it. If that even ever happened, even once, I've never heard of it, and it's definitely not common. So this is a really weird spin. Chael is reaching. He is really, really trying to spin a narrative and gaslight everyone. Are you guys buying this? Are you guys buying this story from Chael? Seriously, tell me, are you buying this?
So, I'm sharing with you Stu, who is dedicated and has spent some time, and he's out there on this indie scene. Is he willing to take a match and light a fire to his career in exchange for his retribution to Raja? It's not as though you can sue Raja.
Did you? Are you kidding me? Let's rewind that a little bit. Did you see the way Chael's like while he's saying it? You put all this time and effort into it. You love it. This is your life. You've put all this time and energy into this. Are you really willing to light your whole career on fire for retribution? That's sickening. That truly, truly is sickening. Let me know in the comments if you're buying this. Seriously.
And end up with millions of dollars. You could go sue him and get a judgment. The guy doesn't have the money. You're not going to get the money. I'm just sharing with you, like, this is an actually fast.
If the guy doesn't have the money, you're not going to get the money. What are you saying there? You're going to, okay, let's break that down. What he's telling, in my opinion, to Stu is you've built up all this time and energy. You love being a pro wrestler. You have a career ahead of you. And you're going to light it all on fire if you seek retribution. And if Raja doesn't have money, you're not going to get any money anyway. Right.
Fascinating situation. And I don't like that Raja did it. However, if Raja is saying he did it in retribution to the Beard King because that's how the boys told him to settle it, and Stu goes along with it, I mean, you will truly have a kayfabe moment where these guys could build. These are indie scene guys. This isn't getting picked up by
this. Okay. So Chael is trying to, in my opinion, tell Stu that you could build off of this. This could be your career. You probably won't even get any money out of Raja because he might not even have any money for you to win in court legally and seek retribution. But you could build off of this. You have a story now. The last I heard, this guy, Psycho Stu, he has no teeth. He can hardly walk. They just pulled the breathing tube out of his nose. And Chael is over here saying, oh, we could build it up for your comeback. What? He's still in ICU and you're talking about his comeback? That wasn't a simple knockout in the UFC, Chael, where someone gets knocked out and Herb Dean jumps in and calls it off. This was a brutal beating where the man was inches from his life and choking on his own teeth and blood. What the hell are you thinking? This is weird. Really, really weird. To use Chael's word, it's gross. It's gross what Chael's doing. How could you defend this? What if it was your son, Chael? What if Stu was your son? Or what if you were Stu, Chael? You gonna plan your comeback? Right after they pull the breathing tube out of your nose and tell you, you're not out of the woods yet? Sorry, you don't have any teeth anymore. Sorry, you can't walk anymore. You can't walk right anymore. Oh, sorry, you don't remember parts of your life anymore. It's infuriating. And to use Chael's words, it's gross. But Chael is the one being gross. He's a sellout. The worst kind of salesman. The Wolf of Wall Street in the 80s kind of salesman. He doesn't have any empathy for anybody other than his own pocketbook.
Triple H. But on the indie scene, you now have the makings of a good angle. and an angle in exchange
horrible
for
person.
your reputation, even if it's make-believe, is a trade that most guys would take.
He just said, in my opinion, that building your story and having your reputation still in good standing in the pro wrestling industry might be worth spinning the story, even if it's not real. You guys heard it, right? Rewind the video. Listen to him again. Here, I'll rewind it for you. That's so ridiculous that I'll rewind it for you.
Make-believe is a trade that
Believe.
an angle in exchange for your reputation, even if it's make-believe, is a trade, a good angle. And an angle in exchange for your reputation, even if it's make-believe, is a trade that most guys would take.
Okay, so by what Chael just said just now, he is 100% aware, in my opinion. What do you think? He is 100% aware that Stu was brutally beaten by Raha and it was not part of the plan. He just said, even if it's make-believe. Even if it's make-believe. Come on. Are people really this stupid? Are people buying this? Does Chael really think that you personally are this stupid? Are you? Let me know in the comments. Expose yourselves. Expose yourselves as in your intelligence level, not anything else.
Now, I'm getting in front of this and I'm making these predictions without having news if...
You have not made a prediction. You have just gaslit after gaslight after gaslit after gaslight.
Psycho Stu is injured. If his jaw's broken and some teeth are loose, all of a sudden you're having a very different conversation. But
it's not if, it already is.
You have the police that are in possession of irrefutable evidence known as a video that an assault happened, and the police have not taken any action. And they won't take any action until a statement is made one way or the other by Psycho Stu.
That's horrible. You guys buy this? I'm not buying it. I'll see you in the next video.
Yeah, thank you for kicking in with MMA Flex and Chill. Chill. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Ring the bell, ring the